bet, especially in the Black community, because the next generation needs some guidance as to where to go, what to do, what not to do. I don't believe you have to live through every mistake to avoid it. But the issue with that is the generation that is providing the mentoring was raised by the generation before them. So we kind of have to.
Welcome to the Bold, Black, and Gifted Show, where we bring you Black pride, Black soul, Black inspiration, and Black joy. I am your host, Kiara Yakita, sometimes known as Kiki. And first of all, I wanted to thank you all for the tremendous support that we received with our first episode with Walter Carpenter at the Royce. You guys truly showed up and showed out for us, and we had lots and lots of viewers, lots of positive feedback, and hey, I even heard that Mayor Ginther was watching our show too. So we are so excited today to bring you another episode of the Bold, Black, and Gifted Show. Today, we featured Prestige Custom Clothiers in this beautiful, beautiful historic home here. I met with the two owners, Staten Brady and Armand Honeycutt, and we discussed Prestige, the future for Prestige, their fabrics, the suits, fashion, inspiration, and so many more exciting topics. I can't wait to bring you guys another episode of the Bold, Black, and Gifted Show today and let you get a taste of Black excellence and classy Black people, and to show you that this world is a part of who we are as well. We are more than our struggles and our pain. We are our excellence and our cut. So they just reached their 1-year anniversary recently, so we are super proud of them and we are super excited to learn more about them. So I'll start with you, Staten. So tell me, what gave you guys the idea to come up with the concept of a suit shop and a tailor shop?
Well, I've always been in the business. I've been in the custom clothing industry since 2013, from Macy's to actually working for other custom clothiers. Things didn't work out the way I wanted them to, so the passion was still there for the industry. The passion was still there for the art, but it was, okay, now I just need to go ahead and do this for myself, because clearly working for somebody else just wasn't in the books for me.
Exactly, and that's so exciting. I love that Black people are really taking the initiative to move into being entrepreneurs and being our own bosses, creating a legacy and a business that you can pass down to your children. So I love the style, I love the look of the shop, and I love your clothing. So Armand, tell me a little bit about your style inspiration, because you guys have some very unique suits, something I've never seen before.
My style inspiration, it literally changes like the weather.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest influence, it is the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Yes.
Like everything down to the whether I put it in the monogramming of my jacket or in the monogramming of my shirt. Like, he is probably the single greatest influence. But it definitely ranges from how I'm just feeling that day.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I have so many different influences, even down to Chairman Kaga from Iron Chef on certain days. So, inspiration literally. People always ask me, and it's just such a interesting, loaded question for me, because it's they say, well, what's your inspiration? I go, you got to ask me tomorrow. So,
right. It changes daily.
yeah, it's all over the board. I've been told I'm the most eclectic person they've come across. So
style influences came from family originally. My uncles, Uncle Walter, the way he dressed, but just some of the other African American icons in the industry, like your Duke Ellingtons, your Lucas Averys, your Terry Corbett's, just different people that have always set the tone and standard for men's dress, especially for Black people. I've always been infatuated with those individuals, and that's where I get a lot of my style from.
So I know you guys recently did your 1-year anniversary, so congratulations. I know the first year can be the hardest for small businesses. So Armand, tell me, what have been some of your greatest accomplishments in this first year of operation?
I think our greatest accomplishment is just being able to serve the people who have come so wholeheartedly to support us. is in this first year, we've had doors closed right in our face. We've had people want to make deals with us. And, I'm not going to call some of the obvious reasons. There could be. The minute they actually see us in person, then it turns into, well, you know what? I think we're going to go in an opposite direction. So we had a lot of that our first year. We went to country clubs, went to businesses, and every last one of them, as soon as they see us, we talk to them. It sounds great. They close the door right in our face. We've had deals with people swept right from under us. So I think our accomplishment is the people who have come to us, the people who have stood right with us, to be able to constantly give them an overall excellent experience day in and day out, without changing who we are, without skimping out on anything. When we give them our best foot forward, that's a huge accomplishment, because consistency is, especially in our industry, consistency is a tough thing to do for some people. So the fact that we've consistently given them our best, it to me is our absolute biggest accomplishment.
I think that's one thing that people need to realize when you have a small business, is that every answer isn't always going to be a yes. And you guys really held on to your reserve and your strength, and you kept going, and look where you are now, 1 year in business. So again, congratulations on that. So Staten, what are some of your upcoming goals, some things that Prestige wants to accomplish here soon over the next year?
We definitely want to establish ourselves even more here in the Columbus, Ohio area, even the Ohio area in general. But moving forward, I would say in the next year, we would love to establish a team outside of Ohio, possibly Detroit, possibly Atlanta, maybe even Las Vegas. But we're definitely looking to grow and expand the team. That would probably be our biggest goal that we're looking at right now for year 2.
I know just from looking at your unique cloths, you guys told me that you've had some high-profile clientele. Is there anyone in particular that you guys would say that you really want to work with?
And just in my years of the industry, I've served some of the best people, from the mayor himself to some of the most prominent business owners to some other great members of government and public service. I've had the pleasure to serve a lot of people, some great people. I will welcome anyone who comes through our doors. If I can make something for The Rock, absolutely. But just as important is just the person who walks in off the door who has no name to me. Like,
I love that.
I love high-profile people, yes, but the guy across the street is just as important to me. So.
If you would like to be featured, or know someone else that you would like to see featured on the Bold, Black, and Gifted show, please reach out to us at BLM, as in Black Liberation Movement, centralohio@gmail.com. We have a form that you can fill out. I will send that to you, and we can get you featured on the Bold, Black, and Gifted show. Thanks, everybody. Important, especially with you having a suit business. I believe that with the two of you gentlemen being African American, that can be a great asset, because when you have a black man who has a wedding, a graduation, a party, a formal event that he needs to attend, he really can feel like this type of wardrobe is accessible to him when he sees people like himself running this kind of business. So, Staten, I follow you on Instagram after I met you when we did our last episode with your uncle, Walter Carpenter at the Royce. Yeah. He's a wonderful man. We loved filming with him. So, I've been following you on Instagram, and I notice you always have a lot of inspirational quotes. You're always giving advice to entrepreneurs. You've just positive and like a beacon of hope. So, I remember Walter told me that he kind of mentored you. And I feel like mentoring is very important. It's a dying art in the Black community. So tell me, what is your take on mentoring within the Black community?
I believe mentoring is such a vital aspect, especially in the Black community, because the next generation needs some guidance as to where to go, what to do, what not to do. I don't believe you have to live through every mistake to avoid it. But the issue with that is the generation that is providing the mentoring was raised by the generation before them. So we kind of have to re-navigate on where we're going as a culture, as a community. And reposition ourselves to be open and transparent and be able to say, hey, I made this mistake, or hey, you should do this, or hey, you shouldn't do that. And that way we can actually produce some productive individuals in the community.
To us, what are some of the offerings that you guys have for your customers?
So the business model is simple. We pretty much come to you wherever you are to conduct your fitting, take your measurements, show the fabric, go through the whole process, and then we actually come back to you to deliver it. And we've been everywhere so far. We've done Atlanta, we've done Detroit, done Cleveland, done Cincinnati. We have a few more cities on the book this year, hopefully a Chicago later this year. But yeah, it's just part of the whole service, the white glove service of you don't ever have to leave your home. We come directly to you, and we just give you the full white glove service from top to bottom. And that's how we make sure you have that prestigious experience.
Right, bringing the service to you, I think that's so valuable. It can alleviate some of that stress of your wedding day and, things are stressful. You're running around like a chicken with your head cut off. But then these gentlemen here with Prestige will bring prestige to you. I've seen images of him delivering suits by hand to men who are having their big day. So I love that you guys are offering that. So as a woman, I don't quite understand the suit building process. So most of us women, we can just pull a dress off the rack or, get something made really quickly. So explain to me what that process is like from coming in and signing up with you guys to walking out of the door with the suit. So explain that process to me a little bit.
A lot of people don't understand about our businesses. There are actually 3 different levels to what there is in our world. There's the customizing, like when you go in a store, warehouse looking store, we won't say for copyright reasons. You go into their store and they say custom or customizing. What that really is made to measure. They take a pre-existing cut and they take the measurements based off of your body to correct those things. Then there's what we do, which is full custom. What we do is take your full body measurements. Then the pattern is made based upon your measurements. So then we get the product back. We do any secondary adjustments we need to do. Most of the time, actually, about 80% of the time, we don't have to make secondary alterations because we're just that precise on our measurements. It's all about measure twice, cut once. That's how we strive to be. And like I said, there is always a chance you do have to do something secondary, and that's why we have our tailors. It's why we have, we're in this to take it all the way as far as our business go. And then there is that one level above called Bespoke. Bespoke is a whole different world. A lot of companies call themselves Bespoke. Anyone who's watching this question, anyone who says they're bespoke, if they're not laying a full canvas pattern on you and cutting the pattern out to your body, question that immediately. If they're not doing it, they're not bespoke, and walk away from them. Some people are going to hate me for that one.
So what you have is a 100% wool flannel fabric, 320 grams. It's a nice weight for Ohio because it's not going to be so heavy where you sweat, but it's not going to be so light that you're going to freeze. It's going to be perfect for your October through March where we can get cool days, freezing days. What it'll do is it'll allow your body to retain its core temperature because it's wool, so it's going to retain your body heat, and it's going to wear well. And it's going to be a nice wool fabric that you can wear for your winter, fall to early spring here in Ohio.
Prestige were showing us some of their color palettes. Yeah. So what are some colors or some fabrics or styles that we should be looking for over the fall?
Actually, pinks, turquoise, Tiffany blues. These kind of things are going to pop in the winter. It's not going to be the old style where winter is more muted. So nowadays, everybody's going for more color.
Wonderful, wonderful. I know I'm glad that we've moved away from that 2006 black and navy blue for fall.
Absolutely. Something else that's going on real strong is the winter white. A lot of people would cut it off at September, but now it's just there's no rules in that game anymore.
It's 2020. There's no rules anywhere. And I can tell just by your personal style from your attire today, how you came in here and just stunned it all over us, that you are a very unique individual. So tell me, what are some of your biggest accomplishments that you've had in the industry?
Wow. I'm actually one of the first black male straight fashion designers in the city. Again, 30 years. I actually am the one that they would say started that for men, especially black men in Columbus, Ohio.
And I love that you all partnered up together. A thing that I think is really important is that black people, go into entrepreneurship,
Absolutely.
move into owning our own instead of having to report to people and have them potentially discriminate, deny us opportunities. And B, it's so important that you all are collaborating with each other. You're sharing space, you're sharing ideas, you're sharing clientele. So how does that work with you and Staten and Armand from Prestige?
Well, these are my brothers, and I've always believed that we all need to work together to build a stronger base in this city and throughout the actual United States and world. If we're not working together, you will never see strength without unity. So we are family up in here, and so as long as I'm alive, we're gonna all make it happen.
I love that. And I can definitely feel the closeness and the fun environment and you guys teasing and joking with each other. And your customers also seem to look at you all as family. This is although you guys are not blood related, I feel like this is a family owned business. So tell our viewers, where can they find you and what should they do if they're wanting to check out some of your fashions?
I am actually on Instagram and Facebook under Designs by Winborn.
Okay.
So give me a holler and we'll make it happen for you.
So what an excellent conversation with the gentleman at Prestige Custom Clothiers. I had the pleasure of learning so much about this business and so much about these excellent young black men and their offerings for the community. So we covered wonderful, relevant topics. And my biggest takeaway from the episode was that suits and the professional look, being classy, that's a part of who we are from the beginning. Staten mentioned the Harlem Renaissance and how our people were killing it in the fashion game many, many decades ago, before the modern era. And we definitely want to bring that classy look back and make it accessible to our people as well. Whether you have a wedding, a reception, a graduation, any other formal events, or if you just want to look good for your date night with your boo, you can definitely come here to Prestige Custom Clothiers, where they have affordable luxury and they have individuals who look like you. We are so appreciative of the black community and our allies for supporting our show, and most importantly, these bold, black, and gifted individuals. It doesn't just stop at suits and ties and shirts and shoes, but also at inspiration. They offer inspiration, good quotes, good mantras, things that we need to instill in ourselves. They want to bring back mentorship. Mentorship is something that I find very important in our community. We definitely need the older generations to step up and guide the younger generations through life, to teach them the way and give them that advice. Whether the youth has role models, both parental figures or not, I really think that we need to step back into mentoring. I spoke with Staten Brady, and he told me that his uncle, Walter Carpenter from the Royce, who we interviewed last week, worked as a mentor for him. He instilled that drive and resilience in him. He instilled that ambition, and he taught him to aim high and shoot for your dreams. Don't stop at those closed doors, as Staten said. And as Armand said, at the inception of this business, they really hit the ground hard and they really tried to get Prestige out there. They went to where the clientele would be, the country clubs, the business expos. They put themselves out there. They had multiple doors slammed in their face because of who they are. Beautiful, strong black men. But they did not give up. They kept going and they kept trying. Every closed door leads to 5 other doors that you need to check. And I think that resilience and that brilliance is something that we can all learn from these gentlemen at Prestige.
If you're tired of mainstream media outlets selecting news stories and events that don't appeal to Black America, then become a member of the Unbossed Network today, where we are the voice of Black America and providing coverage of events and news stories that you won't hear anywhere else. Visit theunbossednetwork.com to become a member today.